Hey, this is Chad with Drawn and Cornered. Tonight is the first presidential debate, and we're going to go through everything we need to know about it right now. First off, this debate will be hosted by Chris Wallace of Fox News on Fox News Channel. Obviously, it'll be played on a lot of others as well, but it'll be going at 9 o'clock Eastern. It will have both gentlemen there. There will be no audience, which for some may be really a great benefit. This will provide a lot of room for the moderator to ask questions and feedback and the two guys to go back and forth at each other. But there won't be those snappy, quippy lines necessary to try and rouse the audience and get a lot of laughter or clapping or cheering, anything along those lines. You won't see that tonight because it will be a closed auditorium with just the two men, the moderator, and I'm sure various staff and such. But it'll be essentially a totally unique debate experience. Trump, on his part, is going to be doing his best to discredit Joe Biden and paint him as old and slow and incapable of really doing the job and dealing with the rigors of what that job's going to be. He also, in very Trumpian fashion, has called for Joe Biden to take a drug test before and after the debate, which obviously Joe Biden's not going to do. It's purely just to call into question Joe Biden's competence in being able to handle a debate format. Joe Biden, on his side, will be trying to paint Trump as an egotist, narcissist, again, also incapable of doing the job, and the terrible job he's done with COVID, which seems to be Joe Biden's main talking point as far as Trump's concerned. With the recent release just yesterday of Trump's tax returns and showing the limited, super low amounts of taxes that he paid, 2016, I think it was $750 total. Just astronomically different from what you'd expect for a billionaire or somebody who claims to be a billionaire to pay in taxes. All of it was listed as losses. Nothing was per se illegal in what Trump did, at least as far as we know from the reports. But it does show a huge disparity. I mean, we've got folks that are making $30,000, $40,000 a year that are paying higher taxes than somebody who's a billionaire owning properties all around the world. So I imagine Joe Biden's going to hit that. I imagine Trump's going to go after Joe Biden as far as Hunter Biden's concerned, his Burisma holdings in Ukraine, his dealings with China and other various entities. I'm thinking his goal, Trump's goal, is going to be to get Joe Biden off center. We've seen that when asked questions that are aggressive towards Joe Biden, and maybe not even necessarily aggressive, but that he perceives as aggressive, when he receives those questions out on the trail from individuals or reporters, he tends to have a pretty harsh reaction. It's something that's probably not going to go well if you have an hour-long debate and Trump keeps hitting him with these and Joe Biden keeps responding with antagonistic and come on, man type of remarks. We'll see how that plays out, but my guess is Trump's going to try and hit him with some of that stuff. Joe Biden will, of course, try to be as presidential as possible. His greatest defining moment will be not taking the bait from Trump. If he can remain stoic and relaxed and cogent all the way through, it will be a great win. The bar has been set super low for Joe Biden, so as long as he can maintain through the entire thing, doesn't lose his train of thought, doesn't skip portions, doesn't make a major gaffe in there, it will be a win for Joe Biden. If Trump can get him to do any of those things, he will come away the winner. Though I'm thinking this is just going to be a bar fight. It's going to be gritty. It's going to be ugly. There's going to be a ton of fact-checking necessary, both from Trump and from Biden, and the claims that they've made before, the claims that they'll make from here on out. And all of it is going to be run through the ringer of our huge, enormous political environment right now. So if you want to come back, Wednesday we will be doing a full wrap-up of the entire thing. We'll get you some of the major talking points if you don't want to watch all hour and a half of it. We'll get you the main talking points, places where they hit, places where they missed, and any sort of policy prescriptions that have been put out that we haven't seen yet from these two. Thank you very much for watching, for tuning in. If you're watching on the YouTube, definitely subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down in the description if you have anything you want to say. If you're doing this on the podcast, thank you for listening. And we'll be putting out another episode tomorrow, going through the entire debate across the board, and a lot more this week about the rest of the political environment we're in today. Thank you.